All right, this is something I need to talk about. And it's sex as a reward. Some people might sound exquisitely awesome. Wow, best reward possible, great reward. I'll take that deal. I hate that. I hate the reality of that, if it is true in some instances. And I hate the past experiences with that. Here's why. Because in the past, I looked at sex as a reward for doing a lot of things that I disliked. And sometimes it happened. But on occasions it did where I like, it's time to go to these two bars, clubs that I dislike and do these things a lot and say, well, I kept doing things and think I get sex as a reward. A few times that happened, it wasn't fun. It wasn't rewarding. It was kind of hellish because it was all like constraint, or just pressured and annoying and not fun. But usually it just led me to feeling gypped almost 99.9% of the time. And I just hate that. I think America or some places have that set up. I don't like that at all. It's rubbish. I don't like sex as a reward. That's why at times I've felt like asexual. That's like being hijacked. If I think of like sex as a reward, I think that should be an indicator just to like shut down whatever is going on, because it's an indicator of being hijacked. I hate that. Sex would be quality if it's just with dating somebody who you sexually fantasize about and just do stuff. Not like, oh, I do a lot of things. Where's my sex reward? I don't like that. Even if there was a sex reward, I wouldn't like that. I just like doing things for being productive, not for rewards, because it makes you feel enslaved. I think I did that for so long, doing things with like the expectation and reward of sex, that it makes you feel enslaved. Like a little rodent in a maze trying to get that's occasionally dropped treats or cheese. I guess some people probably feel like that way about money. Like they do all this work and expecting to get money, and whether they get money or not, they might detest money because of that, just getting them to do things that we normally do. So that's why I hate sex as a reward. It's not enjoyable. It's not, if it's just like experimenting, exploring with somebody you like, or like somebody you sexually would fantasize about and, you like, then that's cool. But I just hate sex as a reward thing. I hate that. I'm trying to think of some times I had sex in the past. It was kind of like after doing a lot of things. But all the times where it was enjoyable, I didn't look at it as like, oh, I did this and this. I don't expect it or something. I'm pretty good at sniffing out traps like that. Because I've been led on so many times thinking if I do this, this, and this, then I'll have some reward of sex or some other reward. And I don't know. Rewards are kind of stupid. It's like, that's being a gypped if you expect rewards. So. There's other people I like I don't sexually fantasize about. I don't know. I don't really have that many rewards now that I think about it. Or awards. Food, on occasion. I looked at, after doing those math vids, as a good reward to just watch some shows that I liked, but then I felt really stressed out and overwhelmed after. So yeah, sex isn't a reward. It's not. A lot of times sex is like work or something. It's, I don't know. Dang, my teeth are annoying. My teeth vex me. I feel very concerned about my teeth because when I get stressed, pressure builds up and I can just feel like my teeth creaking together, like, and they do. This kind of complicated topic of like sex as a reward is not good, ever. I just like doing things that feels good to do them. Like, it feels good to being productive, to getting things accomplished. That's the best reward. I said that thing, like that quote of Emerson's or Thoreau's, the best reward of a job well done is to have it done, as a quote. I like that. I was like, oh, that's cool. But now I've like realized that. Like doing things for a reward. The reason why that's rubbish is because you can't control that, A reward you should always be able to control, like, I could have that food after I'm done, or I can finally order this thing that I've been saving up for months after I finish this project. Sweet. That's a good reward. That's an okay reward. But like sex is a reward because you like expect sex to involve somebody else, and it's not a good reward. It's good to have sex with people you fantasize about. That's awesome, but it shouldn't be a reward for things. Because then you're just like a little trained animal or something. It's fucked up. I like questing and doing things to accomplish things. That's safe and good. But there's something like intrinsically warped and wrong and destructive about looking at like sex as a reward or things with other people that want rewards. And it's setting yourself up for failure because it doesn't happen regularly. And it's like positive negative reinforcement and no. Proper reward anchors you should have control over. Like I've had this 4-mile hike jog with this dog, that rhymes, in 2009. I always picked some lemons and always had lemonade. That's a nice little delightful reward that you can control. You should be able to control rewards. Sex is something that's like fun and experimental or just, sexually fantasizing. It should be linked to some reward thing. I guess if two people have been dating long enough and like having regular sex regularly, then you could... I've never planned sex. This is really annoying. I really would like to be dating somebody whom I sexually fantasize about and then be like, hey, when I like 2 days from now, let's meet up, I'll give you a massage and we'll have sex for like an hour and a half, like music and stuff. Like, okay, cool. All right, cool. That'd be awesome. That's not like unreasonable either. Every time I've had sex, someone's always like, I'm not in the mood, or I'm not in the mood, or I get all like worked up and stuff, or it's always like, right moments and all that. I'd like to have sex like scheduling a massage, but I like giving some women massages, and then like it'd be so much more enjoyable then too. What do most people do? Like most people, or dates, or things I've experienced in the past, it's like, let's go out for a drink and then a date. And then both people kind of think that leads to kissing and sex, and it often does. But it's almost never like, let's go there for 2 hours and have sex for 3 hours. It's like they never talk about it. I don't like that at all. So what I'm looking for sexually is like the opposite of sex as a reward. Is this big thing. It should be something like you arrange for a certain amount of time. That'd be fun. I've never done that. It's always been like, something that people don't talk about. Well, actually, one time after acting class, this one chick, I didn't sexually fantasize about her in hindsight. I just liked, she kind of reminded me more of a sister. I like her as like a friend. The women I sexually fantasize about are like my favorite drinks. They're impossible to find in bars or clubs. I don't even really ask for. See if they have this rogue beer, rogue ale, or navigation, because most places don't have ingredient for that. But like women I really sexually fantasize about are hard to find too. Anyways, this one chick, we're like, let's have sex. And then we're like, what? Okay. And then we planned to do that later that night. And we sort of got naked and I had a couple of drinks. And I apparently felt her breasts, and I don't think we made out. But it was just, I wasn't that attracted to her, which is one thing. But also, I think having things being planned like that was so like jolting to me in my brain, because I was like, why haven't I done this earlier? And I was all freaked out. And so I couldn't get an erection. And then the next day, after she slept over, that morning, I had an erection. So I was like, okay, let's go. And it was Jackie. And I was like, Jackie. And she was like, no. And she wasn't into it. And it just seemed kind of hokey. When we planned to have sex and didn't, I was kind of like, why I've never done that before. Why haven't I done this before? And that whole thing was going on in my brain. Because I felt kind of like victimized in past experiences. Maybe she was kind of ridiculing me too. But I also wasn't that, I didn't sexually fantasize about her. But she's a really cool person though. Anyways. Most of my sexually fantasize about are, I don't know, hard to find in real life. Anyways, so yeah, I had some thoughts on like being productive, rewards, and then like, just proper sexual relationship. I've not really had a proper sexual relationship. Had sex as a fling, don't like that at all, it's rubbish. And then I've had sex sort of in a relationship but it was one of those relationships where people don't really, it's kind of like, let's have a drink, and then both people think that might lead to sex or something. But it's never like planned. I'd like to occasionally be direct and planned about sex at times. Ah, man, my teeth grinding. So yeah, because then you can look forward to it, At times I've been on dates, you do stuff and yeah, cool. Giving that woman massage and having sex during that time, cool. But then most times it's let's have a drink, and it's always kind of what's going to happen in people's minds throughout that experience. I don't like that at all. It's rubbish. I've done a lot of that. That's what most people do. Yeah. Oh. A lot of people could probably do that scheduled sex thing, but as far as I know, I just don't know that many people, or don't know of other people doing that. It seems so reasonable to do that, though. Anyways, I feel like I'm gonna get some water and do this recording. Look at who's awesome? Hey, who's awesome?